Yes, sir.
Nice. Okay. All right. We'll wait for 2 more minutes and we'll start at 5:40.
Hi, Arun. It's 5:40. Do you think we should start, or do you want to give it a few minutes?
We'll start, Amrit, because anyways we are
Okay.
sharing the recording with them. We'll start.
Yeah, yeah, fine. Okay, fine. Sure. So, hi, good evening, everyone. Uh, hope you're all, like Arun was saying, hope you've all started, prep regarding YIP. I know we haven't given you any information regarding your constituency or party yet, but that's why, I mean, we have this meeting. So the agenda for this meeting is mainly to kind of quickly go through the 2 days of events themselves, to kind of look at each section and give you an understanding of what to expect in each session, as well as for you to understand what preparation is required to be done across next week for the sessions. So what I'll be doing is I'll just share my screen, and then we will go through the PDF shared with you regarding the 2 days, the format of the YIP for the 2 days, and then I'll just give you an understanding of what preparation is to be done before the event. So to start with, the opening ceremony is just, as you can see, it's nothing really for you to prepare. It's just the normal proceedings to be done after the opening ceremony during the formation of the house. So this is where uh, the parties that will be formed. Later today, we will be sharing three things with all of you. One is which party you belong to. The second is which constituency you belong to. And the third is which committee you belong to. So these three will be allotted to you by the end of the day and will be shared on the group. So all of you will get that allocated today. So once that is done, you will begin preparation in line with that information that's been given. So if you look at the formation of the house, here, this is where, I mean, if you look at the activities, it has submission of the party manifesto with symbol, and also the appointment of the party leader. So what we expect you to do is, once the parties have been assigned today, tomorrow we'll also be creating WhatsApp groups for each of the parties. So, so any discussion related to your party should be done on these WhatsApp groups, and members from Talir via Coimbatore will be in those groups to kind of just oversee the discussions. So once that is done, you can start discussing with your members of your party regarding how you want to shape your party, the manifesto, the symbol, as well as discuss amongst yourselves. In the case that you either form the majority party, the opposition, or whatever the election during the first day might have that result into, you would be deciding amongst yourselves what everyone would be kind of, what topics each person would be researching on, and what area of focus or what ministry of focus you would be doing your research on. So based on that, during the formation of the house, we will come to a conclusion where which party or coalition of parties will form the ruling party, and which party or the coalition of parties and independents will form the opposition party. So this is what we will take 45 minutes to do, and we will also be once that is done, we will also before this we will also be electing the speaker for the sessions across the 2 days. So if you look at speakers, the speakers, it'll comprise of one main speaker and two deputy speakers who will take care of proceedings on both day one and day two. So to elect the speakers, what we will be doing is asking, we'll have a conversation with your teachers and asking them to nominate one or two people per school who want to be a speaker. And then once we have that list, we will have during the right after the opening ceremony, we would be having a kind of a small election to kind of elect the speaker. So anyone applying to be a speaker or a deputy speaker will have to give a 30-second pitch on why you feel that you should be elected as the speaker, and all the parliamentarians who are a part of the event, the proceedings across the 2 days, will vote and decide their speaker and the deputy speaker. So I'll also give you a timeline of what is to be done across the coming 1 week once we're kind of summarize this session. But I'll just continue with this right now. So once the speaker is selected, then the speaker will take over proceedings, and then that after which the formation of house will happen with the parties decided and everyone knowing what coalition or who the government is, and the details. The elections will be done during that 45 minutes. So after that, then once all of this is is known to everyone, we will start the discussion on matters of urgent public importance. So what this is essentially that we will give all of you students around 5 to 7 topics, very broad topics. For example, state of education in recent times in India. So something like that. And what all of you have to do is prepare a 90-second speech on your topic. So you can choose to focus on what you can choose to go deep into one topic and create your own subtopic and talk about it. And also, what we would like you to do is to maintain relevance with the constituency that you're assigned. So across the 90 seconds that you will be speaking, and this opening speech will be given by everyone. So everyone needs to prepare this 90-second speech. So out of this 90 seconds, we want you to structure it such that for 30 seconds, you talk about what the matter of importance is. And for the next 60 seconds, you talk about how you feel any improvements can be done in this current situation, and how you would do it if you were given, power to do so. So this 90 seconds is where you need to justify, you need to talk about the current existing situation, as well as give solution to how this can be improved. So during the discussion on during this session, so students will be called upon one by one, and they will be giving their thoughts on the topic. So towards the end of the session, so during this session on day one, a certain, let's say around 70% of the students would have given their speech on this topic, and 30% would still have not been given. So once this 70% of students have given their speech, the minister in charge, the minister most related to the topics that we've given, would each give a comment on, would each summarize any points that were spoken about uh, the I mean the ministry related to them, the ministry they are a part of. They would summarize that and provide their feedback on what all the other parliamentarians have spoken about. So this is what will happen for this 180 minutes on discussion of matters of urgent public importance. After that, then comes the on the same day comes the policy and bill drafting session. So what happens here is that, like I said earlier, uh, today we'll be assigning uh, the committee number which you would be belonging to. So all the students will be given one random committee number. So there are 5 committees that will exist, and each of you will be just given the committee number right now. You will not be given the topic the committee will focus on, or the topics that will be discussed. For now, today we'll just be giving you the committee you will be a part of. So later on, towards the middle of next week, we would be giving you 5 topics which committees in general would be discussing about, or would be drafting a bill on. So each person would get to know the 5 topics that exist. So this will be towards the middle of next week. And once uh, yeah, and on day one, just when we start the policy or bill drafting session, the speaker will announce which committee will focus on which of the 5 topics. So each of the committees will be assigned a certain topic on the during the session of policy and bill drafting. So once they are assigned that topic, the parliamentarians will then sit in groups according to their committees and discuss on what points needs to be, what bill they want to draft, and what points needs to go into the bill. So obviously 60 minutes will not be enough for you to discuss everything related to the topic, but you will have at least you will form an overall structure during that time. And later in the evening, once you go home, you will then start communicating on your committee on your WhatsApp groups for your respective committee regarding how you want to shape the bill, and get the bill ready by before 9 a.m. the next morning. So each committee will themselves elect a committee leader who will uh, who will submit the draft of this bill to the speaker the next day morning at 9 a.m. So each committee will make, so in summary, each committee will be assigned a topic on day one during the policy or bill drafting session, after which they will be discussing within the community, the committee to draft the bill, and the bill will be submitted to the speaker by the leader of that community, the committee, by before next day 9 a.m. So one committee will not discuss about their bills with the other committees during this time. It's only for this committee to focus among themselves and to draft the bill which they want to propose. So this will be done. This will start during the last hour of the first day, and once that 1 hour is over, the house will adjourn till the next day morning. And once the students go home, they will communicate on the WhatsApp groups and form the bill that they want to draft. Then comes day two. So we start day two with the opening speech again, which we had on day one. So the students who haven't spoken on day one will get again time to speak on day two. So the first 1 hour will be again dedicated towards uh, everyone getting a chance to give their 90-second speech on the matter of urgent public importance. So once that is done, everyone at that moment would have at least spoken once, and then we move to the question hour. So during the objective of the question hour is to, sorry, any questions? Yeah. So since we've finished what happens in day one, any questions regarding day one? I can address those and then go to day two just for clarity.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So there are so many topics. Which topic should we like specifically research on?
For the opening speech.
No, for the whole debate as for the whole parliament as a whole.
Yeah. So I'll come to the when I talk about question hour and debate and discussion, I'll tell you what relevant topics to discuss then. So for now, we've only talked about the opening speech, and the opening speech will be only about 5 topics that we will provide to you. So we will provide those topics tomorrow, and you can choose to go deep into any of those 5 topics and talk about it for 90 seconds, how it's relevant to your constituency, as well as structuring it in the 30 seconds, which goes to explaining what the issue is, and 60 seconds as to how you would improve this current situation.
Sir, I have another doubt.
Yeah.
So the opening speech, can we reference it?
No, it'll be something that you will have to provide as a speech. I mean, you'll have to provide a prepared speech without looking at it.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
So that'll be the only one. That'll be the only part of the area where you have a fully prepared speech. So this we expect you to deliver without seeing.
Sir,
Yeah.
are we not allowed to do any topics outside the 5 topics that you assign us for the 90-second speech?
No, we would prefer to have these 5 topics because we would assign the topics related to the ministries also. Since we have a limited number of, it's not like the Indian Parliament where we have 500 plus ministers. We will keep this to 5 topics, but these topics are going to be very high level. It's going, for example, as I was saying, it's just going to be state of education in India. So there you can choose to focus on anything that's relevant, but broadly you will still stay within the 5 topics.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So do all the students have to speak on the 90-second speech,
Yes.
or is it optional?
Yes, all students.
And can we use our devices to research on the topics if provided?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can use it to research. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So this research is what you would be, I mean, doing probably over the course of this weekend and across next week. This is something you will prepare individually.
Okay.
Excuse me,
So
sir.
would the speaker would also be speaking the opening speech?
No,
for 90 seconds?
speaker would not be. Speaker would probably just be
Okay.
giving closing remarks.
Including the deputy speakers.
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
When we're giving the opening speech, can we prepare? Do we have to prepare on only one of those 5 topics, or can we prepare on
One
more
of
than?
the 5 topics. One of the 5 topics.
Okay. Thank you.
That ensures that 90 seconds is dedicated. I mean, you speak more about one topic on 90 seconds. So since it's restricted 90 seconds, it's one topic.
So we got to connect the topic with our constancy, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. I mean, as much as possible. So
Yeah.
so you are a minister of parliament for that constituency, and then you are given 90 seconds to talk about whatever you feel is relevant. So it's up to you to decide how much you want to integrate or not.
Okay. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, will you provide the format to write the bill?
The bill, I mean, see, in terms of format, we would prefer that you just have a look at just bills passed generally in the government. You have a look at them and then create your own format. There's no specific format for the bill. We'll probably give you a page limit or a word limit so that it's at least a little concise. but otherwise it's your format. It's your research to do regarding how the bill should be, it is in the Indian government, and formatted that way. So in general, if you look at formats across anything, we would like you to structure it as much as possible to how it is in the Indian government. So that's it. I mean, that's the only thing.
Thank you, sir.
So you mentioned that it should be constituency specific, no? So some ideas might be good for my constituency, but it might not work with others. So can we still keep it forward, or should keep on inclusive ideas?
Again, see, it's up to you how you want to structure it. If you think you don't want to talk anything about your constituency, then sure, that is how you're going with it. But again, look at it like you are, again, you whenever you're thinking about it, think of it as you being a member of parliament, and how you would want to use that 90 seconds to talk something that is relevant about where you've been elected from. So it's again up to you as to how much you can do within those 90 seconds to justify all this.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, sorry. I'll just continue with day 2 for now. I'll be taking questions again, even if it's about day 1 right after that. Thank you. So we were at question hour before. So what?
Amrit, hi. Just can you also explain in Tamil, Amrit? Tamil you explain panna mudiyuma?
Okay, sure. Okay. Question hour shall I continue that way? Or
Sure,
do you want to start again from? I'll continue from question hour, because it's still not dependent on the previous day. Then we can even come back to Tamil for the first day later. So regarding question hour, so the objective here is for us to get the so what we want to do with this section is to get the best questions from all the students participating in YIP. We want to understand what you feel is the most relevant things to be discussed in the parliament. So to do this, what we will be doing is that on Monday, we would be sharing a Google form for all of you to fill. So all of you will fill that form with one question which you feel must definitely be discussed in the parliament. So we will go through all those questions, and we will shortlist a certain number of questions, and those questions will be discussed during question hour. So what would happen is, even if, so as much as possible, if you have submitted the question, we would most likely try to have the same person ask the question, and for the government to respond, and then for any interactions related to that to happen. But in the case that, let's say you are a part of the ruling party, but you've given the question, and now you can't ask it, if we still feel that it's a relevant question, we'll ask someone else to take up that question, but we know who has submitted that question. And as long as if your question falls in the top 25 questions that we shortlist, credit will still be given to you for giving that question to us. So during this question hour, we would bring up the most a shortlisted list of questions which we feel should be discussed in the parliament, and encourage discussions during that time. To repeat in Tamil, இப்போ இந்த கொஸ்டின் ஆர் செக்ஷன்ல எதுக்காக பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, நீங்க எல்லா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸும் உங்களுக்கு மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்டான கொஸ்டின்ஸ் நீங்க பார்லிமெண்ட்ல என்ன டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அது நாங்க ஒரு கூகுள் ஃபார்ம்ல கலெக்ட் பண்ணுவோம். அந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ்ல இருக்கிற பெஸ்ட் 25 கொஸ்டின்ஸ் எடுத்து அந்த கொஸ்டினை நாங்க இந்த கொஸ்டின் ஆர்ல ஒரு டிபேட் மாதிரி பேசுறதுக்கு நம்ம என்கரேஜ் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ நீங்க ஒரு நல்ல கொஸ்டின் ஃபார்ம் பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு அதனால உங்களுக்கும் உங்களோட இந்த இவாலுவேட் பண்ணும்போது பாயிண்ட்ஸ் தருவோம். அது தவிர இந்த கொஸ்டின், ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்ப நீங்க இந்த கொஸ்டினார்ல பேசுறீங்க, அதை பத்தி பேசுறீங்க, இல்ல அதை பத்தி ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்றீங்கன்னா அதுவும் வந்து நீங்க எப்படி பேசுறீங்க அப்படிங்கறத வச்சு நாங்க அதுக்கு எவாலுவேட் பண்ணி அதுக்கு ஒரு மார்க்ஸ் கொடுப்போம். Moving to the next section, which is debate and discussion. So this section is essentially an extension of the questionnaire. So just to give you context, right after the debate and discussion comes 0 hour, and 0 hour will start sharp at noon, at 12 p.m. So our objective is to finish, to allow questionnaire to extend up till noon. So we will be kind of extending questionnaire during the another hour provide for debate and discussion. This is again, basically we will be covering all the, as much as possible, we would be covering the most important questions during this time. And as it is stated, the government side would, it's the same for, the previous section. So questionnaire and debate and discussion essentially is the same thing. The questions come from you. We would be just, curating the questions and make them heard during the parliament. And during this process, we encourage everyone to, the opposition to question the government, and then or all conversations to happen is what we encourage. And all of this will be moderated by the speaker and deputy speakers while maintaining decorum during the discussion. Just switch to Tamil. இப்போ இந்த debate and discussion செக்ஷனும் questionnaire செக்ஷனும் ஓரளவுக்கு சேம் தான். இப்போ நீங்க questionnaire வந்து நீங்க சப்மிட் பண்ற எல்லா கொஸ்டின்ஸ்லயும் the most important questions வந்து questionnaire முடிக்க ட்ரை பண்ணிடுவோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் இருக்கிற கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வந்து மோர் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் டைம் பொறுத்து எவ்வளவு கொஸ்டின்ஸ் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண முடியுமோ, எவ்வளோ டாபிக்ஸ் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண முடியுமோ, இந்த டிபேட் அண்ட் டிஸ்கஷன்ல கொடுத்துருக்கிற 1 ஹவருக்கும் நம்ம டைம் எடுத்து டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ ஒரு 12 மணிக்கு வந்து இந்த 0 hourங்கிறது நெக்ஸ்ட் செஷன், அது வந்து 12 மணிக்கு கரெக்டா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணணும். ஸோ அது வரைக்கும் இருக்கிற டைமை வந்து நாம வந்து questionnaire, இதுக்கு முன்னாடி எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண questionnaire மாதிரி நாங்கள் எக்ஸ்டெண்டடா எடுத்து எவ்வளோ கொஸ்டின்ஸ் அண்ட் எவ்வளோ டாபிக்ஸ் பத்தி பேச முடியுமோ அதை பத்தி ஒரு ஹெல்த்தி டிஸ்கஷன் கண்டக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு நாங்கள் ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம். இதுதான் இதோட எய்ம். ஸோ ஒன்ஸ் that is done, once debate and discussion is done, as I was saying, we come to 0 hour. So what happens in 0 hour is that at noon, so this is more of an impromptu kind of a session. So at noon or just before noon, we would display the top 5 to 10 news items that have occurred in the day of the parliament. So as it is happening, the morning or the night before, any news that has occurred which we feel is relevant to be discussed would be brought up during 0 hour. So during that time, anyone can choose to either, the speaker would pick a topic to discuss from those news topics that are available. And then we would again encourage people to debate on these issues. The difference is that with questionnaire, how it differs from questionnaire is that questionnaires are questions from you, shortlisted, and then we debate. Here it is actual live news that we will shortlist. And so this is something you will be less prepared for. The only preparation you can do is to just read up on current affairs in general. So this is something where we conduct the 0 hour like it happens in the parliament, and this will happen for 1 hour. Again, a similar debate session will commence as we take a topic. Some person will take one side, the other person will take another side, and then debate continues. So this is what happens in 0 hour. And just switching to Tamil, இந்த அடுத்த செக்ஷன் வந்து 0 hour அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்ததுக்கு முன்னாடி. ஸோ இது 12 மணிக்கு ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும். இது வந்து இந்த 1 மணி நேரத்துல என்ன பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னா, அன்னைக்கு காலையிலயோ அதுக்கு முன்னாடி நாள் நைட் இருந்த நம்ம இந்தியாவில் நடந்த நியூஸை நம்ம எடுத்து எங்க டீம் வந்து எடுத்து டிஸ்பிளே பண்ணோம். அந்த நியூஸ் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிற ஸ்பீக்கர் வந்து இந்தந்த டாபிக்ஸ் பத்தி பேசலாம் அப்படின்னு அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க. அண்ட் ஒன்ஸ் ஒரு டாபிக் எடுத்துட்டா அதுக்கப்புறம் எல்லாரும் வந்து யாருக்கு அதை பத்தி பேசுறதுக்கு ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கோ அவங்க கை தூக்குனா அவங்களால வந்து அந்த டாபிக் பத்தி ஃபார் ஆர் அகெயின்ஸ்ட் ஆர் அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன் பத்தி பேச முடியும். ஒரு அப்போசிஷன்ல இருந்து ஒருத்தவங்க பேசினா தென் ரூலிங் பார்ட்டில இருந்து இன்னொருத்தவங்க பேசுவாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு அகெயின் ஒரு டிபேட் செஷன் மாதிரி அதில் நடக்கும். ஸோ எவ்வளோ டாபிக் இதில் கவர் பண்ண முடியுங்கிறது இது வந்து எப்படி போகுது, எப்படி அந்த டிஸ்கஷன் போகுது, எப்படி ஸ்பீக்கர் ஹேண்டில் பண்றாங்கிறது பொறுத்து இது எவ்வளோ டாபிக்ஸ் கவர் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னு இந்த 0 ஹவர்ல பார்ப்போம். Then comes the introduction of bills and voting. So what happens here is what I was talking about related to the committees. So what I told you was that on day 1, the committees will be assigned the topic they'll be focusing on, and across that the last hour of day 1 as well as the evening of day 1, once the students go home, you will be drafting your bill based on the topic given, and you would be submitting it in the morning before 9 a.m. So during this introduction of bill session, each committee, so the committee leader along with 2-3 other people, this is again up to the committee, will pitch their bill in the parliament and then try to get the bill passed. So once you will get around 3 to 3.5 minutes to pitch your bill, and then we'll have around 10 minutes to discuss the bill and have a vote of whether the members of parliament want to pass this bill or not. So this will happen for all the 5 committees and their respective bills that are there, and then we'll reach a conclusion as to how many bills have been passed and what the bills are. So switching to Tamil, in the introduction of bills அந்த செஷன்ல என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா, ஸோ இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருந்தேன்னா, இது செகண்ட் டே நடக்கிற ஆக்டிவிட்டி. நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டேலேயே வந்து உங்களுக்கு நீங்க எல்லாரும் வந்து ஒரு கமிட்டியில நீங்க அசைன் ஆயிருப்பீங்க. ஒரு கமிட்டியும் வந்து ஒரு டாபிக் பத்தி ஒரு பில் டிராஃப்ட் பண்ணும். அந்த என்ன டாபிக் பத்தி நீங்க பில் டிராஃப்ட் பண்ணுங்கிறது வந்து நாங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஈவினிங் அப்போ அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே அங்க அந்த YIP ஈவெண்ட் அப்போ ஒரு லாஸ்ட் 1 ஹவரும், அதுக்கப்புறம் ஈவினிங் போயிட்டு நீங்க அந்த கமிட்டிக்கான அந்த வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்லயும் நீங்க டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க என்ன எப்படி இந்த பில் டிராஃப்ட் பண்ண போறீங்கன்னு. அந்த பில் அடுத்த நாள் காலையில 9 மணிக்கு முன்னாடி நீங்க சப்மிட் பண்ணிடுவீங்க. அப்புறம் இந்த செக்ஷன் வரும்போது, இந்த இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் ஆஃப் பில் செக்ஷன் வரும்போது ஒரு பில்லும் ஒரு கமிட்டி வந்து ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணி, அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த பார்லிமெண்ட்ல இருக்கிற எல்லாரும் இந்த பில்ஸ் பத்தி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. எப்படி இது பாஸ் பண்ணலாமா இல்லையா, இதை ஓட் பண்ணி அண்ட் இதை பத்தி ஒரு டிஸ்கஷன், ஒரு டிபேட் பண்ணிட்டு என்னதுன்னு ஒரு முடிவு எடுப்பாங்க. ஸோ 5 கமிட்டி இருக்காங்க, 5 டாபிக் இருக்கும். ஸோ 5 பில் பத்தி நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணி இதுல எவ்வளவு பில் பாஸ் ஆகும், பாஸ் ஆகல அப்படிங்கறது நம்ம இந்த செக்ஷன்ல பார்ப்போம். Then finally coming to the next section, it's just closing statements and adjournment. So that is again the whole event would be summarized by the Prime Minister and the Leader of Opposition, and the Speaker would give their final words, and then the Parliament would be adjourned. After that, we just have the valedictory section. So this is just a brief about what your 2 days would look like. I'll just switch to the list of, kind of a tentative schedule of what you can expect across the next week. So today, 20th June, what you will receive. So another point, once during the parliamentary session, no one would be referring to each other by their names. So it'll again look at how the Indian parliament sessions go on, and you would observe that they would refer them as a member of parliament and belonging to so and so constituency. So your name would become irrelevant here, and your identity would be associated with the constituency you are from. That's why your constituency is also important. So today you would receive which party you belong to, which committee number you belong to, and which constituency you belong to. And with this, you would start, and then you would be added to a WhatsApp group for your party, a WhatsApp group for your committee, and the constituency part is just for you. So you can discuss with your party as well as committee regarding any preparation that's required. and you would start reading up on topics related to your constituency. Then tomorrow we would be giving you the 5 topics which would be taken up for under topics for matters of urgent public importance. So there what you would do is, from those topics you would start preparing a 90-second speech on what issue you want to talk about and how you would make that situation better, right, with what you can do. Then on the 23rd, which is Monday, we would inform you of what ministries will exist going into the YIP. So we can't have every ministry that exists because we have a limited number of students. So we would give you the ministries which are as much as possible related to the topics you give given earlier. Again, this would be only broadly related. It's not that they would be quite specifically related. So the ministries would be announced, so you can start discussing within your party which ministry you would like to prepare about, which minister you would like to be in case your party is the ruling party, and what questions you would like to ask in case you become the opposition party, and all of that. So this again would be tied into your party manifesto and ideology. Then on the same day, like I was saying earlier, which is Monday, which is 4 days before the event, we open a Google form for you to submit your one question, which you feel is the most relevant, to be brought up during question hour. These are things that happen until Monday, and then Wednesday on the 25th, we'll first discuss with your teachers on how we want to nominate the speaker, and then, but before Wednesday, we'll let you know how the nominations will happen for the speaker, as well as a brief about how the speaker election will happen. I did give you a brief already, but we'll still give you that again on Wednesday. Then on Wednesday, which is 2 days before the event, we will close that form. So you have 2 days to fill the form, with one question which you feel is relevant to be asked. And on Wednesday, we'd also be sharing you the list of the 5 topics that will be assigned to the 5 committees. You will not know what topic will be assigned to your committee until you'll know that only on day 1 during the second half. But before that, you would know the topics that exist, so you can still discuss with your committee on how you would like to prepare earlier for this. And then once you get your topic on day 1, you could focus more and get your bill drafted faster and better. So this is all that happens up to before the event. Then on the day of event, like I told you, you'd be assigned your the topic for your committee, and then you would prepare during that 1 hour, as well as the evening that follows, about the draft, the bill that you want to submit. And the next day morning, the committee leaders or the committee will basically submit their bills, and after which, shortly, all the bills would be shared across the parliamentarians, and you would have so that everyone has an idea of what each committee is proposing, and you can better debate regarding each of the bill during the session. So this is what you can expect across the next week. I think we can open up for questions regarding whatever was discussed.
Sir, will the constituencies be assigned on the WhatsApp group, or will you do it now, like in the meeting?
No, the WhatsApp group. Nothing will be assigned right now. Everything will be sent to you via, communication via WhatsApp. You'll have a doc or a PDF assigning that.
So, for the bill drafting, should it be about a single topic, or can it be about any topic?
We will give each committee what topic we will. So the speaker on day 1 will assign each committee exactly the topic, the bill that should be about. Again, this is going to be broad, and you will be focusing on that topic and make and draft the relevant bill that you feel. based on the current situation of the current situation of that topic in India.
So each committee will be given like one topic.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Hello,
Sir,
sir.
not wrong. The committee number and the party number will be the different. So
Yes, they're different. The number of committees is fixed as 5. The number of parties is we've still not announced as a certain amount, but yeah, they are different numbers. Committee is different from party. Party will have one WhatsApp group. Committee will have a different WhatsApp group.
So, sir, if I may be from ruling party, from
Yes.
party number 1, and by chance party number 2 might form the opposition, but we
Yeah.
may have the same committee number. So that time our party will become irrelevant.
Yeah, during discussions about the committee, the effect of the party will not be there. So you will be acting as a group in the within the committee, and then you will be talking about it. So it will be when one committee proposes a bill, it is basically that committee trying to pass the bill, and every other committee deciding whether the bill should be passed or not.
So the post like prime minister and etc. will also become irrelevant.
No, we will exclude them from discussions during the session. So, but in a as a lead up to preparation for the session, we will want everyone involved. So basically, irrespective of what role you're going to be assigned during those 2 days, you will prepare right now for the committees until day 1 at least. And on day 1, so even during day 1, we have a small session to give you, kind of a small session on rules and a little more detail on how the activities would follow. But yeah, until then, at least everyone will be preparing for this.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, this is a question of possibility. We have the voting for speaker right now, sir.
Yes.
And one speaker would be allocated for per school. And what if the number of votes are equal for any 2 or 3 speakers? As the students from their school would be definitely most probably voting for the student
Yeah,
from their
correct.
school.
But again, we have more than 10 schools. So okay, in the case of a tie, we will vote again, and if we cannot maintain chaos, speaker will get 1 vote, and speaker will break the tie.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
So, sir, if there's a discussion about a topic like finance in the debate and discussion part, if there is a discussion about finance, only the finance minister from the ruling party be able to answer the question, or
No, so essentially, the so again, once the party is formed, let's say once the ruling party is formed, the ruling party will discuss amongst themselves how they want to take the question. So this is again something they have to decide. Either the minister can choose to respond. Most likely the question would be directed at the minister, but in case that the minister would like someone else also to respond to this, that can also happen. But that will again involve good coordination from your party side.
okay, sir, thank you.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
This is a question of possibility.
Okay.
Like you told that when the bill needs to be passed, like 50% plus 1, right?
Yeah.
Like if there is a deadlock, you told the speaker will vote for the bill to be passed.
Yeah.
What if the speaker is not there? Will both the deputy speakers vote or just the one?
The speaker is going to be there.
So no, if he's not available.
No, but the speaker will be available. The speaker will be available across the 2 sessions. If they are not available, then they're not eligible to be the speaker. But yes, in case of emergency, deputy speakers can vote.
So like if both of them vote, like one goes for the other 50%, the other goes for the other 50%, won't the deadlock stay?
I mean, I'll be happy if such an event occurs, such a big deadlock, but I don't think it'll occur. Even if it does, we will the event chair will have one final vote to either to split whatever.
Sir, and one more question.
Yeah.
If you want the bill to be given to the speaker, would you have a specific email given to us, or should we find the email of the speaker and give it to him?
We will coordinate that. You will be submitting to us, and we will be sharing with the speaker.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
We aren't allowed to divert from the 5 topics given on Wednesday for the 90-second speech, right?
Yeah, yes, you can choose any of the 5 topics, but then once you choose a topic, I mean, see, once you see a topic, you can just choose to focus on that topic as much as possible. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, how would the seated be allotted? Is it based on party or committee or constituency?
Seating we'll explain on the day of the event, just before the start of the event.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Once you
For
come in,
cleaning,
once you come in, you would not be sitting party wise. Once the elections happen and once we know which party is where, then your seating arrangement will change to sit party wise.
Sir, in one committee, there'll be members from different parties, no, sir?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So 2 questions, sir. The very first thing is that now you said that 10 schools are participating, so we will most probably be having 10 to 12 speaker nominees. So we're going to nominate only 1 or 3, I guess.
No, regarding speaker nomination, we'll get back to you by tomorrow or Monday. But it's likely that there'll be one nomination from each school, and then we will have once the nominations we'll have a voting again. That'll be the first voting in the parliament to decide the speaker and deputy speakers. Top 3 votes basically will be speaker, and then next 2 will be deputy speakers.
And the rest will be considered continuing as the MPs.
Correct.
Okay, sir.
sir, the judgment is based on the various parameters for various posts, right now, sir? Either it's a speaker or a minister or
Yes,
an MP.
Correct.
But is it possible that we could know what are the parameters for being as a speaker or an MP or a minister?
Again, so it's again, when you're thinking about evaluation parameters, think that you are I know I'm repeating, but then think that you are an MP and think that in that position what your role would be and what you will have to talk. So the judges would be there, they would understand, they would be given a sheet of who you are, what constituency you belong to, what party you belong to, what committee you belong to, and everything else that gets updated over the course of 2 days. They will have that. And based on the situation you are, whether you're in the question hour or whether you're in debate, if you will what we would like you to do is understand what the session requires and act accordingly.
As of being a speaker, it would be mainly focused on time management and how we present ourselves, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, just for everyone to know, just because you are a speaker or just because you are, I don't know, let's say a position of power like prime minister, that does not mean that you have any advantage over others in terms of getting evaluated. So we understand. So we also will try to, we meaning our team as well as the speaker and deputy speaker, the responsibility is to ensure as many people speak as possible, and everyone has equal speaking minutes. Though it will be practically difficult for it to happen 100%, the speaker will still get involved during discussions. Like, let's say, for example, someone has already spoken 2 or 3 times and wants to speak again. The speaker has the authority to stop them from speaking and ask someone else to speak. This we will maintain a record of what person has spoken in what session. That is something between the speakers and the organizers, and we will, as much as possible, we will try to encourage equal speaking time.
Sure. During the debate, are we allowed to question the current policies or the policies that might be mentioned by the MPs or someone from the ruling party in the opening speeches?
In any since once the parties are formed, you would know the manifestos of both of everything that's been discussed. So if you think that this point comes under the manifesto of the party, you can direct it saying that this was mentioned in the manifesto. If not, it is okay to make assumptions to take a stand on one side and to make an assumption that the other party will function as the opposite, will have the opposite thought about the same situation. Since questions will mostly come from the opposition, the opposition is likely to start the conversation with their side of the issue. So,
Yes.
so in this situation, we'd also be evaluating how well students, both opposition as well as the ruling party, can respond to stands taken and topics that they have to talk about. That's
Yes.
why we can't really give you like a detailed version of the evaluation criteria. It's very, very much dependent on the situation that you're in, as well as what you're talking about and in what place.
Yes, sir. And if there are like two or three, like in a number of people who wants to talk or who wants to question, and will the speaker choose who is going to talk
Yes.
right now, or
The speaker and deputy speakers will choose. So it'll be the parliamentarians raising their hands as to who to speak. The speaker will pick who can speak, and then the parliamentarians will address the speaker with the issue that they want to bring up.
yes, sir. Thank you.
So I just have a small doubt.
Yeah.
So we'll be having the question hour followed by the debate and discussion, right?
Correct.
So let's say if I want to ask a question or I want to debate to a point made by my fellow students or parliamentarians.
Yeah.
So I should be, how should I let others know? Should I raise my hands to the
Raise your
speaker?
hand. Again,
Okay.
speaker will control who can speak. Speak again. Speaker and deputy speakers. That's their responsibility to kind of oversee this. But yes, you would be raising your hand. Speaker would choose, and you would speak.
So we can't be opening our mouths without the permission of the speaker.
I won't say that you cannot open your mouth, but I would say that how that situation will be handled is again up to the speaker. So you will also be evaluated on what decorum you bring to the speech. I mean the event, as well as how much of an issue you're causing, and the speaker would again at that point be evaluated on how much they can control. So at that point, when you're making a certain speech, you would be evaluated on the situation again. So think logically, proceed how you want. There is no hard rule on speaking, not speaking, because you again to see what is possible, what you think you want to do. Again, have a look at Indian Parliament sessions.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, last question.
Yeah.
Sir, can the parliamentarian be questioned in their opening speech?
No, they will not be questioned. It will just be them. It's just a speech. You will end with actions you want to take. For example, let's say let's say 10 people are going to talk about the same topic that you discuss. Let's say in that case, towards the end of the session, once all parliamentarians have spoken, relevant ministries or ministers will give their comments, which will be a summary of what everyone's spoken. So there won't be any debating during that hour. It's more of everyone brings their point forward.
So you mentioned that we're going to be around 120 participants. So
Yeah.
I think so we will only be getting a chance to speak once and not after that.
No, once at least is during your the 90-second speech. After that, it's likely that you will again speak at least once again. So you might end up speaking, let's say, for 1 minute twice after that, or for 2.5 minutes for one time. It's again very dependent on the situation. What the speaker and the deputy speaker will also ensure is that they will track how many times you've spoken, and also see whether you should speak now, or someone else they feel should speak now. Again, this is up to how the speaker wants to take it. But the instructions to the speaker would be to get more people to speak as much as possible without compromising on quality points from others.
Noted. So like when we go for big forums like this, we usually have something called chits where we can write our points. We'll have something kind of that. So
just for you to make notes, right?
Like if we have to ask any questions to the other MPs, so we can just write and pass it to the speaker.
Yeah. So in case of questions, so mostly So the thing is, during this, you will always address any point you have to the. You will address it to the speaker and say that you are talking about a point brought up by so and so member of parliament from so and so constituency. So in that way, everything would be directed towards the. It will go through the speaker in a sense. So if you want to bring up any point, you can bring it up directly and just address the speaker as long as the speaker allows you to speak.
So the last question is that do you expect speeches which are more impactful or speeches which are more or solution oriented?
So, I mean, impactfully social solution oriented.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So I just have another doubt.
Yeah.
During the debate and discussion,
Yeah.
can you include the flaws of the current ruling party respectfully?
It
not
is, yeah.
in
I
any
mean, it is up to you. See, you are allowed to make small assumptions as long as you as long as you feel that the assumption you make will be understood by your own party or committee or and be understood by the opposition or ruling party or committee. And if you can make your point heard, if you feel that is the case, you can do it. So that
Okay,
is
something
also
to-
something that you will be evaluated upon. So how clear your thoughts are and how
Okay.
easy it is for people to understand and talk about the topic again.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But we can't be pointing out the names or any kind of parties or the current MPs of a country, right?
No, you will not. You will not be taking the case of any current MP. You can just assume because we will not be referring to any specific party in the country or across the world. You
Okay.
can take points that they've executed and assume that either the opposition or the ruling party has done it, and you can talk about it, but you can't accuse anyone of anything.
Okay. Let's say if you have a question regarding education system,
Yeah.
and I see a very big major flaw on the current ruling party regarding education system of a country. I
Yeah.
can I can raise realistic
Yeah,
evidences on
sure.
what
So in
exactly.
that case, you would think about what they've talked about in their manifesto. You would think about what assumptions you want to make for the ruling party. You would ask your question, and the
Okay.
respective minister would respond. Minister or ministry would choose to respond how they want. And
Okay.
then there would again be depending on the quality of topic you bring up also if they respond again you would probably have be responding again I mean you would take the question, they would respond, and then you would probably respond again, or one of your other party members could again join in with you to respond. This is
Okay.
again very situation and topic dependent, and
Okay.
how the speaker will take this.
So there should be a good communication within our party to have a
Definitely.
common.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So what if you feel like the speaker, if I'm not, if in any case you feel like the speaker is prejudiced against you, can you raise that point?
Okay,
Somehow.
you can. I mean, it's up to you to decide how you want to raise the point. I mean, even if you want to say something about speaker, then maybe you should bring it. Once you bring out the point, the speaker will obviously try to settle that point down. So it is up to you to bring that point in such a in a good way, such that there is enough people to rally along with you and to talk about and to make that point heard to the speaker or make the effect. So
But,
it's again up to you to bring it.
but sir, what if you're never chosen by the speaker to bring up the point in the first place?
I mean, that is you will have to accept certain things as practicality and reality, because that's how governments also function. Uh, Governments don't function by saying that everyone has to talk for so much time or anything. So it's about how well decently and in an acceptable way to the whole uh, uh, to all the people sitting there, that you can bring up this, or even if it's you're a part of a party, you can make your opinion heard among party members and make party members bring it up. So it's up to you again how you want to. If you want to do it, you will find a way to do it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, if party one manifesto says like we will be secular, and one of the
Okay.
minister raises a point, the MP raises a point which is against the concept of secularism or something, can
Okay.
like are there any way we can just point it out like it's a logical fallacy or misaccuracy of information?
Definitely. I mean, definitely you would in this case, you would again bring this to the knowledge of all your party members. You would try one of you would tell your party to everyone to raise their hands and then try at least make one of them speak and make this point heard. Maybe if you can't get it, maybe someone else will take it up. They will reply, and then you can join in to that conversation after the reply and then proceed.
So when a person is speaking, we are not. I think so. We're not allowed to speak within ourselves.
No, I mean beforehand, if you'd noticed on the manifesto, you made the point again. Everything, how you want to maintain decorum is again up to you, up for the speaker to allow. So this is not a rule we will set.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So when will be able to watch the view the manifesto of different parties, sir?
Manifestos right after the election is done. The first session just before the 90-second speech, the manifestos would be shared with everyone, and then you can have a look at it. So during the time that follows is where you can use their manifesto to how you want.
Okay, sir. And let's say, sir, I'm an MP from the ruling party or something, and if I have a question from the manifesto of opposition party, can I question it or something? Or if I'm a person from ruling party only, I have to answer the questions.
If you have an opportunity to bring up the point, and if you think you can bring it up, you can bring it up. Even if it again, this is if you just have a look at some parliamentary sessions, you might know that always there will be rules as how the event would function, but then it depends on the individual to bring about their point heard in the most acceptable way as possible to everyone in the crowd.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the current affairs happening can be assumed that the ruling party is only doing it, is it?
You
The-
can assume that, yes.
So, will we have access to our gadgets during the parliamentary session?
This is something, Arun, this is something I had to refer to you. Do they have access to gadgets during the session?
Yes. You're allowed to use your gadgets during the session. You can't call anyone, but you can use your mobile or laptop to access information online. Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir.
So, like, as you said, we do have access to gadgets, but will we get access to internet?
Sorry,
Access to the internet in the venue?
Yes.
We'll check with the school and update you because we are doing it in SSVM school. We need to talk to them. We'll just check with them if we can get access to the internet.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
தமிழ்ல யாருக்காச்சும் ஏதாச்சும் கேள்விகள் இருக்குங்களா? இப்போ day 1 and day 2 வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஏதாச்சும் questions இருக்கா?
Sir, I have a question, sir. Can we add 1 or 2 lines in Tamil or something for the opening speech or something?
Yes, language we don't have any restrictions on the language. So நீங்க இங்கிலீஷ் தமிழ் ரெண்டுமே வந்து மாத்தி you can use whatever you're comfortable. எதுல வந்து உங்களால பெட்டரா வந்து நீங்க உங்க பாயிண்ட்ஸ் புட் ஃபோர்த் பண்ண முடியுமோ you can definitely go ahead with that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So one question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So like you have told that there is no restriction for the language.
Correct.
Sir, if someone speaks in Tamil and the other person is not comfortable like understanding what the terms he's speaking, will he get an English version of it or
Yeah.
any other?
Someone will help translate.
Yes, sir.
In the sense, someone else, you would ask someone in your party or your committee to translate, and then we won't have a translator, but yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, and one more question. Like,
Yeah.
if one of my fellow party members asks a question but the speaker does not allow it,
Okay.
so can I ask the same question, or will it be flagged for repeated questions?
I mean, we aren't going to flag it. If you think you can be persuasive enough to make the speaker take the question, please go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Again, think of this as you as the member of parliament. So beyond a point, you don't have to ask us about the exactness of your situation, but think that way and proceed. Yeah, go ahead. I think Medina has a question.
So you mentioned that we can speak both the languages. Most of us will understand Tamil, but the technical terms might be an issue. So like it will be good that if the speaker who's like the person who's speaking the lines can just give a translation just after it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the everyone who speaks, we'll ask them to translate as long as you feel that a translation is required at that time. Whatever language is being spoken in, the other languages can be translated into.
So you mentioned that when we have any points to be raised, we have to just raise our hands. That part is quite unclear to me, sir.
Which part?
Like now a person has just spoken for an opening speech by after forming the parties only we're going for opening speeches.
Correct.
I think so. Means one person completes, we will just move on to the next because we won't have much lot of time.
Correct.
So that time, if I have problem with example XYZ's speech, so
Yeah.
we can raise it after, or we have to wait for the all opening speeches.
For opening speech, you will not be getting into conversation. It is just a speech. It is not a debate.
Okay, sir.
And இன்னைக்கு வந்து நிறைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து ஜாயின் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. ஸோ உங்களுக்கு வந்து இது வந்து திஸ் இஸ் ரெண்டாவது ஓரியன்டேஷன். இது முதல் ஓரியன்டேஷன் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஃபியூ டேஸ் முன்னாடி நடந்தது. ஸோ இந்த ரெண்டு ஓரியன்டேஷன் வீடியோஸ் அண்ட் YIP பத்தின ஒரு டாக்குமெண்ட்டும் வந்து இருக்கு. ஸோ அதை வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஷேர் பண்றோம். அண்ட் உங்க கூட எங்க டீம் மெம்பர் வந்து கான்ஸ்டன்டா டச்ல இருப்பாங்க. ஸோ ஏதாச்சும் நீங்க டவுட்ஸ் இருக்கு, கிளாரிபிகேஷன்ஸ் இருக்குன்னா தாராளமா இந்த வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல நீங்க ஜாயின் பண்ணிருக்க குரூப்ல வந்து நீங்க கேட்கலாம். பிளஸ் இன்னைக்கு நடந்த ஓரியன்டேஷன் வீடியோ இதுக்கு ப்ரீவியஸ் வீடியோவை நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு கிளியரான ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் வந்து YIP பத்தி உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். ஃபர்தரா டவுட்ஸ் இருந்தாலும் நீங்க தாராளமா வந்து வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல வந்து கேட்கலாம். அண்ட் எந்த டவுட் கேட்கறதுக்கும் நீங்க தயக்கப்பட தேவையில்லை. தாராளமா நீங்க அந்த டவுட்ஸை வந்து கேள்விகள் வந்து கேட்கலாம்.
Sir, excuse me, sir. I have a question, sir. Sir, for the bill pitch, sir, only the leader of that party will be giving that bill pitch, or anyone from the party can do it?
It is up to the. It's again, bill is pitched by the committee and not the party, and the committee will decide whether one person pitches it or three people pitch it. But you'll get approximately 3 to 3.5 minutes to pitch the bill.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, repeat Tamil.
எதுங்க? Sorry.
Sir, please repeat in Tamil.
ஓகே, அவங்க கேட்ட கொஸ்டின் வந்து இந்த பில் டிசைட் பண்ணிட்டு பில் பாஸ் பண்ணும்போது எல்லா கமிட்டியும் வந்து அந்த பில்லை வந்து பிச் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஒரு 3 to 3.5 minutesக்கு வந்து அந்த அவங்க என்ன பில் பாஸ் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறாங்களோ அதை பத்தி பேசுவாங்க. ஸோ அது அவர் கேட்டது வந்து ஒருத்தர் தான் பேசணுமா இல்ல 2-3 பேர் பேச முடியுமா அப்படின்னாரு. அது வந்து அந்த கமிட்டி வந்து எப்படி அதை ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறதோ அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணிக்கலாம். அது டோட்டலா உங்களுக்கு ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு 3 to 3.5 minutes கிடைக்கும். அதுக்குள்ள யார் பேசுறதுனாலும் ஓகே.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So one last question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So during the debate, we are allowed to, like, when the person is speaking of the ruling party, we are allowed to question them, right?
Yes.
So the speaker will tell motion, like in MUs they'll ask motions to question the parliamentarian XYZ. Like, do we have like that, or will the speaker just ask who wants to question him?
Yes, so, I mean, it is essentially the same thing, just told in a different way. But yes, the speaker will encourage questions from others.
So no, I'm asking like there's a debate and I wish to ask a question.
Okay.
But the speaker hasn't yet announced the questions. Whoever wants to ask questions can ask now.
Okay.
Like, do I?
Ideally, the speaker will do it right after. If not, you can raise your hand and then get
So
your
yes, I'm asking about if we want to, if we have raised a hand,
Okay.
is there like a set of phrase we need to mention before asking the question, or we can just right away go and ask the
You
question?
can just address the question to the. You can just talk about the question you're addressing and who you're addressing it to, which party, which member from which constituency, and then you can proceed to talk about it.
So like I should raise my hand, the question, then to the parliamentarian XYZ. That's enough.
Parliamentarian of constituency XYZ. You will not be referring to them by their names. You will be referring to anyone by their constituencies.
So the parliamentarian of XYZ constituency. That's enough.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
சரி, இப்போ எனக்கு ஒரு மெம்பர் கொடுத்த ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல வந்து எனக்கு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் இருக்குன்னா, இஃப் ஐ எம் ஆஸ்கிங் டு ஹிம் தட் கொஸ்டின், ஒன்லி த பர்சன் who I'm asking to can answer, or anyone from the team அவங்க கூட ஆன்சர் பண்ணிக்கலாம்?
நீங்க அது நீங்க அவங்கள கேக்குறீங்கன்னா அவங்கள நீங்க ஆன்சர் பண்ண நீங்க கேட்கலாம். அவங்களால ஆன்சர் பண்ண முடியலனா இன்னொருத்தவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கலாம் அவங்க. ஸோ அது வந்து இப்போ நீங்க ஒரு பார்ட்டி ரிலேட்டடா கேக்குறீங்கன்னா அந்த பார்ட்டிக்குள்ள அவங்க எப்படி அந்த மெம்பரே தான் ஆன்சர் பண்ணும், அப்படி ஆன்சர் பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா பண்ணலாம். பட் பண்ண முடியாதுன்னா இன்னொருத்தவங்க பண்ணலாம். ஸோ அந்த பார்ட்டி எப்படி டிசைட் பண்ணுதோ இல்லை அந்த கமிட்டி எப்படி டிசைட் பண்ணுதோ அதுக்குள்ள நீங்க ஃபங்க்ஷன் ஆகும்.
ஓகே சார். அண்ட் இப்போ அந்த கொஸ்டின் அவர் சார், அதுல இப்போ என்னுடைய கொஸ்டின் அந்த 25 டாப் 25ல செலக்ட் ஆகுதுன்னா, இப்போ ஐ வில் பி ஆஸ்கிங் தி கொஸ்டின் ஆர் தி கொஸ்டின் வில்
நீங்க
பி
வந்து क्वेश्चंस வந்து யூசுவலி அப்போசிஷன் வந்து ரூலிங் பார்ட்டியை கேட்பாங்க. நீங்க அப்போசிஷன்ல இருந்தீங்கன்னா மோஸ்ட்லி உங்களை தான் ஸ்பீக்கர் வந்து உங்களை இந்த கொஸ்டினை கேட்க சொல்லுவாங்க. நீங்க ரூலிங் பார்ட்டிக்கு வந்துட்டீங்கன்னா தென் உங்களால கொஸ்டின் கேட்க முடியாது. ஸோ வேற யாருக்காவது அலோகேட் பண்ணி இந்த கொஸ்டினை கேட்க சொல்லுவாங்க. அது வந்து ஸ்பீக்கர் டிசைட் பண்ணிக்குவாங்க என்ன யாருக்கு இந்த டாபிக் கொடுக்கலாம் அப்படிங்கிறது. ஸ்பீக்கருக்கு வந்து இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் இருக்கும், நீங்க உங்களை பத்தி இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் இருக்கும். ஸோ அதை வச்சு எப்படி வேணாலும் டிசைட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அது பொறுத்து நீங்க ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணுவீங்க. உங்களுக்கு அந்த டாபிக்கே பேச முடியாது அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா அகைன் உங்களால பேச முடியாதுன்னா வேற யாராவது பேச சொல்லலாம். பட் அகைன் அதுக்கு வந்து பாசிட்டிவ்ஸ் அண்ட் நெகட்டிவ்ஸ் எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் தேர். ஸோ உங்களோட ஒப்பீனியன் எந்த வழியில எப்படி ஹர்ட் ஆகும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அந்த வழியில கொண்டு வரது உங்களோட டியூட்டி.
சார் நான் கேட்குற கொஸ்டின் வந்து இப்போ இருக்கிற கரண்ட் பாலிசி அவர் எதை பத்தி வேணாலும் கேட்கலாம். அந்த கொஸ்டின் அவருக்கு கொடுக்குற
கொஸ்டின் அவருக்கு கொடுக்குற கொஸ்டின் வந்து
லைக் இப்போ இருக்கிற ஏதாச்சும் ஃப்ளார் சம்திங் பத்தி கேட்கலாமா இல்ல?
ஆமா, நீ இப்போ இன் ஜெனரல் லெட்ஸ் இப்போ நீங்க லெட்ஸ் இந்த கண்ட்ரியில என்னென்ன இஷ்யூஸ் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ, என்ன இஷ்யூஸ்ங்கிறத விட ஒரு டாபிக் பத்தி என்ன சிச்சுவேஷன்ல இருக்கு, அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன் நீங்க எப்படி இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ண முடியும். இது வந்து நீங்க இந்த இது வந்து குறை சொல்றதுக்கு இல்ல, இதுக்கு வந்து நீங்க எப்படி இதை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ண முடியும்னு சொல்றதா இதோட ஆப்ஜெக்டிவ்.
ஓகே ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ.
அதுக்கு தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 30 செகண்ட்ஸ் வந்து நீங்க அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன் பத்தி பேசுங்க. அடுத்த 60 செகண்ட்ஸ் மெயின்லி வந்து நீங்க எப்படி இதுக்கு கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ண முடியும்னு சொல்லுங்க. நீங்களோ உங்க பார்ட்டியோ உங்க ஐடியாஸோ அதெல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு தான். உங்க கான்ஸ்டிட்யூன்சி இன்வால்வ் பண்றீங்களா, உங்க பார்ட்டியோட மேனிஃபெஸ்டோ பாயிண்ட்ஸ் இன்வால்வ் பண்றீங்களா, நீங்களே இண்டிவிஜுவலா பேச போறீங்களா, எல்லாமே உங்க இஷ்டம். பட் வந்து அதை எவாலுவேட் பண்றது வந்து லாஜிக்கலி வந்து ஜட்ஜஸ் எவாலுவேட் பண்ணுவாங்க.
ஓகே சார், தேங்க்யூ.
Sir, so our constituencies will be given to us by today, no sir?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So can we leave the call if we are clear?
Yeah, if you guys are done with your queries, you can leave the call.
Thank you.
So will we have any kinds of awards like the best policy, a kind of best speaker?
We do have awards here. Arun, I didn't make the list of the
ஆமாங்க
exact
இல்ல
awards. Yes.
yeah 10 awards are there. அது step by step we'll share that awards with you later.
Yeah. So
We have 10 awards.
Okay, sir.
to add on, I would say don't worry too much about what award is given and what aspect that needs to be there. It's for you to understand what that, for you to play the role of whatever that needs to be in the certain session. So based on that, you'll be evaluated for the award.
Okay, sir.
Sir, please repeat in Tamil.
இப்போ அவங்க கேட்டது வந்து எவ்வளோ அவார்டு இருக்கு, எதுக்கெல்லாம் அவார்டு கொடுக்குறாங்க, இந்த இந்த ரெண்டாவது நாள் முடிச்சுட்டு என்னென்ன அவார்டு தராங்க, எதுக்காக அவார்டு தராங்கன்னு அவர் கேட்டாரு. நான் என்ன சொன்னேன்னா அவார்ட்ஸுங்கிறது இருக்கு, ஒரு 10 அவார்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு, அது என்னன்னு நாங்கள் அப்டேட் பண்றோம் குரூப்ல. பட் அதுக்கு என்ன ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும், இப்படி பண்ணுவோம் அப்படி பண்ணுமான்னு யோசிக்க வேண்டாம். உங்க சுச்சுவேஷன்ல அந்த டிஸ்கஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்படி போகுதோ அதுக்கு நீங்க எப்படி கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ண முடியும்னு பாருங்க. அது பண்ணாவே ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்லி வந்து அந்த அவார்ட்ல வந்து அவார்ட் ஜெயிக்கிறதுக்கு சான்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கும்.
Sir, so how many students are qualified to enter the next round?
Arun, is it
10 people. 10 people are selected to the regional round.
Okay, sir.
மொத்தம் நீங்க பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ற 130 பேர்ல 10 பேர் வந்து அவார்ட்ஸ் கிடைக்கும். அவங்க வந்து அடுத்த ரவுண்ட் வந்து ரீஜனல் ரவுண்ட் மதுரையில நடக்க போது அதுக்கு வந்து குவாலிஃபை ஆகும்.
Okay, sir.
So questions எதுவும் இல்லைன்னா we can close the session now.
Yeah. So I was just saying.
இன்னைக்கு ஜாயின் பண்ண யாராச்சும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு ஏதாச்சும் டவுட்ஸ் இருக்குங்களா? ஏதாச்சும் இருந்தா கேளுங்க.
சார் நான் லேட்டா தான் சார் ஜாயின் பண்ணேன். ஸோ நீங்க என்ன பேசுனீங்கிறது எனக்கு கரெக்டா தெரியலைங்க சார். ஸோ அது நீங்க என்ன பேசுனீங்க அப்படின்றத ஷார்ட்டா சொல்ல முடியுமாங்க சார்?
ஓகே. ஸோ இன்னைக்கு வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ வந்து யங் இந்தியன்ஸ் பார்லிமெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு மாக் பார்லிமெண்ட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு நடத்தக்கூடிய ஒரு காம்படிஷன். ஸோ இதுல நீங்க 130 பேர் வந்து பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ண போறீங்க. ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம இந்திய பாராளுமன்றத்துல இருக்கிற மெம்பர் ஆஃப் பார்லிமெண்டா உங்களுக்கு கான்ஸ்டிடியூவன்சியும் பார்ட்டியும் வந்து அலோகேட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. ஸோ கான்ஸ்டிடியூவன்சி உங்களுக்கு இன்னைக்கு குரூப்ல வந்து அந்த லிஸ்ட் வந்து போடுவாங்க. எனி கான்ஸ்டிடியூவன்சி உங்களுக்கு வந்து அலோகேட் ஆகும். இது போக உங்களை வந்து பார்ட்டி வைஸாவும் ஸ்பிளிட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. ஸோ ஒவ்வொரு பார்ட்டிக்கும் ஒரு வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப் வந்து கிரியேட் பண்ணிடுவோம். ஸோ அந்த வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல உங்களோட பார்ட்டியோட மேனிஃபெஸ்டோ, உங்க பார்ட்டியோட சிம்பிள், உங்க பார்ட்டியோட நேம் எல்லாத்தையுமே வந்து நீங்க ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் உங்களுக்குள்ள டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணி நீங்க ஃபைனலைஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க. ஈவெண்டோட டேட் அன்னைக்கு ஸோ 27th மார்னிங் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மெம்பர் ஆஃப் பார்லிமெண்ட்டை எல்லாரும் வந்து ஓத் எடுத்துப்பீங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களோட பார்ட்டியோட மேனிஃபெஸ்டோவை வந்து நீங்க வந்து ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க. ஸோ அந்த 2 டேஸோட அஜெண்டா தான் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ அமிர்த் சார் வந்து எல்லாமே எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாரு எப்படி அந்த 2 டேஸோட அஜெண்டா வந்து நடக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. நாங்க ஒரு YIPக்கான ஒரு டாக்குமெண்ட் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஷேர் பண்றோம். ஸோ அந்த டாக்குமெண்ட்ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா 2 நாளைக்கான அஜெண்டா வந்து கிளியரா வந்து மென்ஷன் ஆயிருக்கு. நீங்க அதுல பார்த்துட்டு என்ன டவுட் இருந்தாலும் நீங்க வந்து எங்களுக்கு வந்து வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்லயே வந்து மெசேஜ் அனுப்புங்க, இல்ல கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணுங்க, உங்களுக்கு அதை கிளியரா வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறேன். ஸோ இப்போ எல்லாருமே கேட்குற கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வந்து அந்த அஜெண்டால இருக்கிற ஒவ்வொரு கொஸ்டின் ஹவர்னா என்ன, 0 ஹவர்னா என்ன, எப்படி கேள்வி கேட்கணும், ஸ்பீக்கர்னா எப்படி வந்து ரோல் வந்து அசைன் பண்ணுவாங்க, இந்த மாதிரி கேள்விகள் தான் எல்லாரும் கேட்டுட்டு இருக்காங்க. ஸோ அதுக்கு தான் வந்து அவர் வந்து ஆன்சர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு.
ஓகேங்க சார், தேங்க்யூங்க சார்.
அண்ட் இந்த 2 நாள் நடந்த ஓரியன்டேஷன் இந்த வீடியோவே உங்களுக்கு ஷேர் பண்றோம். ஸோ இதையும் நீங்க பொறுமையா பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கிளியர் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் வந்து கிடைக்கும்.
So I have a doubt.
Yes, please. Yeah.
So will we all receive a participation certificate or only the winners?
No, all of you will get a participation certificate.
And also, sir, can we compare our speech? During our speech, can we use the names of other constituencies for comparison?
Yeah, you can. But it's only going to be a 90-second speech. So if you can stick on to your constituency in the opening speech, I think that will make a big difference.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Amrit. நீங்க ஏதாச்சும் closing remarks சொல்றீங்களா?
Yeah, I think thanks everyone for attending. I think most people are done. So if you have, I mean, you can start preparing based on the party and constituency that you get allocated today, and then once that is there, you will also be put into your groups for WhatsApp groups for your party as well as committee, and then you can continue discussions there and get and prepare for the event. So all the best, everyone, and we will catch up again next week.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you for joining. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Did you finish multi-class?